Guys, today in this video, I want you to join me as I attempt to rank all 112 MCU heroes. Now you might be thinking, Ty, why are you doing this? If I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought it would be pretty funny for you guys if I just torture myself and literally sit here for God knows how long and just rank every single hero. This might drive me insane. Now listen, don't get me wrong, I love the MCU, but quite honestly, I'm looking at some of these characters on this list and wow, they have very small roles, so I'm really going to be spending some time here. Before I actually get started, if you guys could appreciate my commitment to this, it would really mean the world to me if you could drop a like on this video. And if you want to stick around for more movie-related content, please consider subscribing. But I have two ground rules I just want to go over really quick. And honestly, they're pretty much in place just to make this as painful as possible for me. I really hope you guys like this. All right, so the first rule is that I actually have to talk about each character. I can't just, go over someone and just be like, Phil Coulson, yeah, I think he goes here. No, I actually have to, start talking about them just for a little bit at least. I don't need to talk about them for 10 minutes, but still, just give some type of background and why I placed them where I did, even though I really don't want to for some of these super small characters, but yeah, that's just the rule. Rule number 2, listen, I am a diehard MCU fan, but if there's a person on here that I just don't know the name of, I refuse to look up their names. We're going to see how many people I actually know the names of by heart. Am I a true fan or am I just a fake fan? We're going to see, and this is going to tell me. Guys, if I'm just going to be completely honest with you here, I'm looking at a couple people, and I'm trying to remember their names, but I'm sort of struggling, but I do remember what they did, and that's all that matters. All right, before I get started, I just want to fix up these tiers really quick because we have a lot of people to get through. All right, so taking a look at our tiers here, the first one up is going to be All Hail Feige. I mean, this is just shout out to Kevin Feige for crafting a masterful character. I know obviously there's other people involved, but still, our glorious King Feige, he's going to be there at the top. Then we've got Amazing. I know Amazing might seem like it's a top tier, but maybe they're just not that top. They're just slightly under. By the way, I put a lot of tiers because there's a lot of characters, so yeah, we have to get through these people. Then Great, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Moving on to Fun, I feel like this is definitely an interesting category because I could kind of put a character on here that's been around for a while, but I just don't think they're that great. They're kind of just fun. Also, I could put a character that's had very limited amount of screen time on here because they were fun. So it's kind of like a glass half empty, glass half full type of tier. Okay, you're just kind of there. Which I know is almost like okay, but it's just a little bit worse. Terrible, that's pretty much bottom of the barrel. And then, come on now. This is what are we doing type of territory. I'm talking about worst of the worst. These are garbage characters. Also, I know you might be thinking, what am I basing these characters off of? Is it my personal opinion, this, that? Basically, just how good I think these characters are. How well written they are. Are they fun to be around? Do they make you laugh? Do they make you cry? Just how much do I love these characters? Do I think that they're actually great characters or poor characters within the MCU, if that makes sense? Are they good at interacting with other characters? You guys just get the gist. Just generally how good I think they are overall. God, I really do not want to start this, if I can be honest with you, because now that I'm looking at it, this is a lot of people to be going through. All right, I guess we're just going to go in order here. Who's first? That's kind of funny. But guys, before I get started again, please consider dropping a like. That would really mean the world to me, especially because I put a ton of time into this, even though I haven't actually recorded it yet. This is going to be a long video, so it would mean the world to me. Thank you guys for the support, and also consider subscribing if you like movie content. If you want to check out my other videos, go check them out after this one because this is going to be a painful one, like I said. So yeah, let's just get right into this. By the way, forgot to mention this, but I'm also going to be ranking them within the tiers, so we're going to have a definitive list of 1 to 112. All right, Tony Stark, Iron Man, literally don't need to spend any time on this. Well, according to my rule number 1, I actually do have to talk about each character. Tony Stark's going to be All Hail Feige, number 1. Man, he's just amazing. His arc from start to finish is awesome. He's cocky. He doesn't care about anybody. He's not the guy to be, sacrificing his life for everyone around him. Then his character arc ends beautifully by him being the one putting his life on the line. I'm just laughing right now because I know I'm not going to have this much energy by the time I'm done with this video. But yeah, I mean, he sacrificed his life for the universe, for Earth, for all his loved ones. He's going up here. He's funny. He's a character where, yeah, he's kind of mean to the people around him, but at the same time, you root for him because you do see that at the end of the day, he is a good person. He's going in All Hail Feige. Is he the best character? I don't know. We'll see where he fits within this tier as we get deeper into things, but we have a long way to go, so yeah, let's just keep it pushing. All right, our second character up here is going to be Odin, played by the legendary Anthony Hopkins. It's pretty funny that he's in the MCU. The man died in Thor Ragnarok, but also he developed Thor and Loki pretty well. You know what? I'm going to put him in fun because he doesn't have that much screen time, obviously. It's not like he's one of our main characters. But whenever he's around, he's just a good old time. He's fun. He's okay, you know? Well, I guess he's not okay, but I would consider him fun. I feel like he has this charm to him. He has a lot of really great quotes, and I feel like he's one of the many motivations that Thor and Loki actually has that, like, pushes them to try to be great, or at least Thor, And I don't know, just the King of Asgard. I love his suit. I love his eye patch. He looks really cool. He's super powerful for sure. And yeah, I think he's going to go in fun for now. Honestly, now that I'm looking at this, I feel like we're going to have a lot of characters in this fun category, but hopefully that doesn't end up that way. All right, our third character out of 112 is going to be Peggy Carter's Captain Carter. This was a really cool cameo. Definitely surprised me in the theater when I saw Multiverse of Madness for the first time. I mean, I think the suit looks really awesome. I actually kind of like that she died. I really enjoyed that part in Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was awesome. It was just cool just to see her overall. Obviously, I'm not taking into account, like, her as Peggy Carter, like over here, as you guys could see, just as Captain Carter. I'm going to put her in okay. I thought it was a cool cameo, but obviously she's on screen for like literally 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever. But it still was a cool cameo, one of the cooler cameos, I'd argue. I do like her character, and I like how, she hits the I could do this all day, kind of referencing Steve there. So I'm going to put her right here in okay. She might end up a little bit further down in okay, but, it's just a cameo. How much can you really do? I think this is actually pretty high placement for just a cameo. All right, next up, we've got Maria's Captain Marvel. I almost said Monica. I keep mixing them up, Monica and Maria, because this is the mother. This cameo is like okay. It was, in the same realm as Captain Carter, both in the Illuminati. I mean, I'm going to put this one in This really didn't do much for me. I don't really care about Captain Marvel too much. Seeing a variant of Captain Marvel as someone that we already know, but it's not like the most interesting character ever. It's just like her friend was interesting. I like the black suit. It did look pretty cool. The way she died was pretty cool. And also the fight with Wanda. Maybe I'm not giving her enough credit. Nah, but at the same time, she's definitely going to stay in Maybe she'll end up towards the top here. But yeah, that fight with Wanda was pretty cool. The way she died was pretty gruesome, but she didn't really say much, honestly. I feel like she was kind of just there in the Illuminati. So yeah, she's going to be in this category. John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic. I think this is going to go under the fun category behind Odin. Odin's already like a solidified MCU character. It would be disrespectful to put this cameo just over him. But man, people have been fan casting him as Mr. Fantastic forever, and it was so great to see him. Definitely the best cameo in my opinion. I mean, it was such a great surprise in the theater and put a huge smile on my face. I kind of liked the way he died because it was just so unexpected, and it was just a cool take on Reed Richards, kind of more like grizzled with that beard. He looked pretty cool, All right, Professor X. Like, I really like Patrick Stewart's Professor X, but keep in mind I'm keeping the context of just the MCU. This is gonna go in okay. I think that, like, don't get me wrong, it's exciting to see him, but the thing is, he was kind of teased in the trailer, so kind of expected it. It just wasn't as exciting. This is going to go right behind Captain Carter for me in okay. I didn't really love the X-Men movies. Again, I do have a lot of respect for Patrick Stewart and his take on Professor X, but of course, he just didn't really do much. The way he died was pretty cool, too. I know that we're just getting past all these cameos of people just dying here, but yeah, I'm just going to put him right here. I think that's pretty fitting. I did like Captain Carter. I think Peggy Carter, she is a known character in the MCU, and I'm not taking that into account, but I think it's fair to put her, like, a little bit above Professor X. All right, now we've got Doctor Strange's girlfriend. What's her name? It's like Cla something. Oh, I forgot. See, this is where I start to forget stuff. But basically, this is played by like Charlie. What's her last name? Like Therizion. Sorry, I know that I probably sound like a dumbass right now, but she's going in terrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. This was such an out of left field, like, weird post-credit scene where I'm just like, where are we gonna leave off with this? I don't know where we're going. It was just so random, and it just feels like another thing they teased that we're gonna have to wait so long to see. I wasn't a big fan. I have a feeling this is gonna be more towards the top of terrible. It's not like this really offended me. I mean, I like the purple suit. She kind of has that like eyeliner that looks kind of cool, but I can't believe I'm talking about this character that's had like a 30-second cameo, but still, I said I'm gonna talk about every single character. So yeah, this is gonna go to the top of terrible. All right, next up we've got Miss Marvel. All right, we finally have a pretty good character here. She's been in, 2 projects so far? Her own show and the Marvels. I think that she's going to go in great. I think that she's a great character. I think that's pretty fair. She's only been in 2 things so far. I do think she's a really good character, but overall, I feel like she's been developed pretty well about how she just is, this fangirl, and then she loves Captain Marvel, and you know, now she's her own hero. She has a pretty cool suit. I actually like that, like, stereotypical, almost like Incredibles type of mask just over the eyes. Looks really nice. She's charming. She's funny. She's clearly got that, like, high school girl vibe. She-Hulk. This is honestly a no-brainer for me. This is, come on now. Listen, I actually went into pretty excited, and I was like, hey, you know what? This isn't that bad. But her character is so insufferable. Listen, I don't mean to sound like this, but, like, Bruce has obviously gone through all these things where, like, he was tortured, he tried to kill himself, and then she pretty much just telling him that, like, her getting catcalled is a bigger issue, and that, you know, Bruce should try to know what it's like to be a woman. And, like again, I don't mean to sound like that, but, like, I feel like some of her reactions are just so unfair to some of the things that other people around her are telling her, and just horribly written. I like Tatiana Maslany. I have nothing against her, and also the CGI is awful, which I kind of will play into the character. Also, she's only in one thing, her own show, which was terrible. She is just a terrible character. I don't think that's really unfair to say. Sorry if that offends some people, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Not a great written character. I look at someone like Tony Stark, and I'm like, how the hell did we get here? All right, next we've got Werewolf by Night characters. Oh, we've got another one here. You know what? I'll just do this. Move this over, just that we got all three. I don't want to cheat here, but, you know. Werewolf by Night. What's his name? Jack? Maybe Jack Russell? Is that a type of dog? I don't know. Am I just saying that? He's definitely at least fun. I'm going to give him the respect. He's got his own special. I'm going to put him in between Mr. Krasinski here and Odin. Oh, not Mr. Krasinski. Reed Richards. God, I'm going crazy over here. But, wow, we're already 23 minutes into recording, and I only have, like, less than 10 characters. Sort of mysterious at first, and over, you know, the course of the special, the show that we got, we get to kind of see, like, the spookier side. The werewolf prosthetics look awesome. And again, you know, it's not the most developed character in the world. I'm not going to put him in, like, great or amazing. Hopefully we see him in the future. This next character, I'm honestly struggling to remember the name. I'm going to say, I only watched Werewolf by Night once. I'm going to say her name's Elsa. I don't know if I'm just saying that because of the Disney movie, but I feel like her name's like Elsa. And then I remember there was the Bloodstone. I'm pretty sure it's Elsa Bloodstone. Again, I thought she was a pretty cool character. I'm going to put her right behind our main character of the special. She was like that explorer. I really like that monster hunter stuff. I think that it would be cool to see her, especially in another project. I know that Werewolf by Night was like our main guy, but she was pretty cool. I mean, I don't have too much to say about her because I don't really remember that much. Again, I watched this when it came out one time. I did think it was a great project. But yeah, she's gonna go right here in between these two. This cameo was really cool, but at this, do I want to move him above? Nah, I'll give her that respect. She was really cool in the special. I'm gonna leave her there. Man-Thing. I think that Man-Thing was honestly fleshed out pretty well for a character that literally does not speak. He was super mysterious. I feel like in a way, Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing are sort of on the same level, but Man-Thing just can't talk and he can. So at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, is that kind of a casual thing to say? I don't know, but I'm just going to put him right above there. Oh my god, I have literally so many more characters to get through. This is ridiculous. Loki. This is a no-brainer after Loki Season 2. He is going in all hail Feige, right behind Tony Stark. Is he a better character than Tony Stark? No, I'm still going to put Tony Stark above. He's our main guy there. He's going to go right here. Honestly, I'm pretty sure Loki's going to end up as second. Man, his development, how much stuff we've been through with him, how many projects, and how he's almost like a character similar to Iron Man, where he kind of started off cocky. I gotta kind of speed it up here just a little bit with how I'm talking about these characters because I'm taking too long. Next up is Ironheart. I mean, yeah, she was cool in Wakanda Forever. I really did like Wakanda Forever, but I think she's going to go like at the top of here as of right now, if I could actually move them over. Yeah, she's going to go right here. I'll put her over a cameo, but also I thought these cameos were really cool, and I just didn't love her. It feels like they just shoehorned her into the movie just because they wanted to introduce her when she really didn't need to be in there. Kind of like an Iron Man copy, which I get that's what like they're going for, but at the same time, didn't really do much for me. I don't really think she was too funny. I just liked like Shuri and Okoye, those other people, a little bit better. And yeah, she's going to go just kind of here and like, Cosmo. I'm going to put Cosmo at the back of fun. I think that Cosmo, actually, now to be fair, I'm going to put her over Krasinski. I think that's fair. She had a really cool arc with all the bad dog stuff. She ends up saving Kraglin, and, you know, I think it was pretty cool to see her. It's weird how James Gunn has just this, you know, niche for just developing characters, especially really weird ones, like a friggin' dog with, you know, that could have telekinesis and whatever. And yeah, it's gonna go right there. I think that's pretty fair. Cassie Lang, better or worse than She-Hulk? Honestly, I think I would actually rather see She-Hulk over her because She-Hulk wasn't that insufferable. Cassie's mad at her dad, who saved the world because he talks about it sometimes. And also, she's mad at him when they're in the quantum realm because, like, he can't, like, save everybody and he's just trying to keep her safe. She is so whiny and annoying. I can't deal with her. I don't know why they recast her. The other girl was perfectly fine. When she was a kid, yeah, she was okay. She was funny. But I don't really care about that because now this is who we have, and I know we're going to be seeing her in the future. Literally such an insufferable character. I cannot stand her. She was one of the worst parts, if not the worst part, besides maybe like MODOK of Quantumania. All right, now we've got Will Poulter. Is that how you say his name? Him as Adam Warlock. This was a bit of a disappointing one, honestly. I think I'm going to put him, like, in between these two people in I know it's weird to kind of split these two cameos, but honestly, seeing Captain Carter was just really cool to me and got me really excited. I don't think that Adam Warlock was too funny, and it felt like James Gunn kind of wrote himself into a corner with a post-credit scene of Guardians 2, and he didn't really do much in Guardians 3. He didn't really need to be there. Also, Professor X, he didn't do as much, so I think it's pretty fair just to kind of squeeze him in the middle right there. I think he looks great. I love the gold costume, but didn't have that much. It was kind of funny. He had that little pet with him, but yeah, not too much going on there. Heimdall. Oh, yeah. Heimdall is definitely a great character. Listen, don't get me wrong. I know that this might be a little bit crazy to put over Odin, and also, he's definitely going to go towards, like, the bottom of great tier if I'm being realistic, but I love Heimdall. He's awesome. He's always willing to sacrifice, his own well-being, kind of like these other great characters for, his community, everybody for Asgard. He's just always been around. Honestly, a lot of people didn't like that scene of Valhalla, the post-credit scene of Love and Thunder, but I thought it was really nice to see him and know that he's doing all right and that he's, a warrior at the end of the day. He's a great character. Idris Elba plays him well, and I love the long hair, the sword that he has. He kind of has that, like, you shall not pass vibe, and yeah, a really great character. Next up, I'm trying to see who this is. Lady Sif. Lady Sif doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, she was cool to see in Loki for, like, a couple minutes, and that's about it. It's not that, like, there's anything really wrong with her. She just doesn't really do much. I'm actually going to put her at the top of See, someone like Ironheart, it was kind of annoying for me to see her just because I feel like, again, it just felt like she was shoehorned into Wakanda Forever, and I didn't really like that. Whereas Sif, she's kind of just, like, there at least, and it was like, okay, at least you're doing something maybe. You're like one of Thor's friends. She was kind of funny in Love and Thunder, her little cameo, but yeah, not really someone that I, really relate to or would ever really care to see ever again, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Captain America, my boy, you are going to all hail Feige behind these other two. I love Captain America. I just don't think that he's written on the same level as a in-depth character like Loki or Iron Man. Don't get me wrong, though. He's very well fleshed out. I mean, I can do this all day. The fact that he was the guy where he had the heart, but he just didn't have the body. Then he got the body, and that just elevated him to such a degree where he was just such a great soldier. At the end of the day, he just wanted to make sure everybody was all right, and his morals were even tested at times, whether it was with the Sokovia Accords or whether it was in Winter Soldier when everything that he knew, his life was just turned upside down with Hydra and stuff. Definitely a top tier character, and all I've got to say for this one is all hail Feige. Shout out to him for this because, wow, he set him up beautifully. Peggy Carter. This is another character where I feel like she doesn't do that much, but literally just alone for that scene at the end of Endgame, that dancing scene, she's going to go at the top of fun for me. Whenever she's on screen, I really like her. Haley Atwell plays her great. She's very charismatic. It's just like, it's funny that we have the same actress on here twice. Like, the MCU is a pretty funny scenario now with all this multiverse stuff. But, getting a little off topic here. She's great. I love her relationship with Steve. I love seeing her in Winter Soldier when she's dying. That's kind of messed up to say. Was that Winter Soldier or was that Civil War? I forgot. But regardless, she's a great character. It's nice to, she's kind of Steve's anchor. She's that one person that, Steve knew that all that time. So, yeah, I think she's a great character. And, yeah, she's just going to go in fun. I think she's, fun. I don't really have too much to say about her. Bucky Barnes, baby. He is going in amazing. This is, and I'll say this right now, one of the greatest comic book suits of all time. The Winter Soldier, I'm taking Bucky Barnes in the Winter Soldier, unless Bucky Barnes is on here. I don't think he is as a separate character. Maybe I'll move stuff around. The Winter Soldier's costume design with the mask, awesome. It's like my favorite design, and honestly, this is going to sound kind of crazy. The Winter Soldier might actually be my favorite character in the MCU, at least look-wise. He's so menacing in Winter Soldier, and even from there, he gets developed, and obviously even before that Winter Soldier point, we see him as Bucky Barnes, Steve's right-hand man, who unfortunately gets killed, or at least we think he's killed, and he's had such a journey. And I did like him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. God, I'm like stuttering over here, but yeah, he's an amazing character. I think he's going to go a little bit towards the bottom here, but God, I love Bucky Barnes. The Winter Soldier is such a cool character. Rewatch that movie if you haven't seen it in a while. All right, so Howard Stark, he had his little moment there in Endgame. Where is he going to go on this list? He's not going to go in great. Maybe he'll go in fun. It was really cool to see him. He also has kind of like that charm, kind of like Tony. I'm going to put him right here in between Cosmo and Mr. Fantastic. I feel like that's fair. I know that fun's filling up, but I'm looking at some characters here, and I feel like it's going to, all even out. We're going to have a nice bell curve here, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, overall, it was really cool to see Tony interact with his own dad. I mean, that little conversation was just so meaningful. Wait, let me think about this. Now, you know what? I'm going to put him over Cosmo. No, wait, but also we have, like, Elsa. See, I'm keeping them together just because they're in the same show, but realistically, I'm going to put him right here. I like him a little bit better than Elsa Bloodstone. Is that her name? Hopefully I'm not getting that wrong. But also, I did like Man-Thing and Jack Russell's relationship. It was kind of more of like a cameo, but I think this is one of the better like cameos, even though he was a part of the plot. God, I'm talking way too long about these small characters, but whatever. Definitely a cool character to see. Wow, we have a lot left. All right, coming up next, we have Hawkeye, one of our original 6 Avengers. I think that he is a pretty great character. I think he's going to go right here for now. I think that a lot of people underrate Hawkeye. I think Jeremy Renner is like an underrated casting. Like, people don't talk about how well he was actually cast. Like, if we got somebody else, I don't think it would be the same character. Kind of reminds me of one of my uncles, actually. Kind of random, but maybe I have a little bit of bias for that. I don't think he's like an amazing or all-hell Feige type of character. I'm going to put him over Miss Marvel because just hasn't been in as many projects as him, and he kind of also does kind of have like that fun energy like Miss Marvel, but also you kind of do see that serious side, like with the Ronin stuff. Loved him in Hawkeye. I thought he was great, and also you see that remorse and kind of that anger he has after Black Widow dies with him, which I don't want to say it was his fault, but like, they were just kind of in relation or whatever, so yeah, that's going to be right at the top of great. I think I feel pretty good about that for now. Maria Hill. I really do like Maria Hill. I think she's a good character. She doesn't do too much. Secret Invasion kind of did her dirty, in my opinion. I think I'm going to put her at the top of okay. And that's not like a slight to her. It's not that I just think she's just like, oh, like okay. I think she's a pretty good character. I think that whenever she's on screen, she's Nick Fury's right-hand man. She's in that original Avengers, but at the same time, it's not like she really does anything so incredible, so amazing that I could really put her in like fun. Like, wow, I have so much fun when Maria Hill's on screen. That would be kind of dragging it, honestly. But again, I'm still giving her that respect because I'm putting her like at the top of okay. I think she's still a good character. I did enjoy seeing her. And again, I do think that she got done dirty in Secret Invasion. Definitely wasn't fair. That show was pretty garbaggio, if I'm just going to be honest with you. Rhodey, War Machine. Ugh. This is weird because now we're starting to get into characters where they started off good and they kind of got destroyed over time, and they were victims of Phase 4 and Phase 5. I really like Rhodey. I think that he's going to go, for now, at the bottom of fun. Rhodey's going to go... No, I don't know why I'm saying the bottom of fun. I think that... No, actually, I honestly lied. I think that Rhodey's going to go, like, right here. I can't give him that much, I can't take away that much credit, I should say, for Secret Invasion. He's great in Iron Man 2. He's great in Iron Man, even though it's Terrence Howard playing him. Yeah, I think that Peggy Carter, damn, this is honestly kind of killing me. But that end scene in Endgame, man. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick with this. I do like Peggy Carter over him. I do like him as Tony Stark's right-hand man. He kind of grounds Tony. He makes sure he keeps him in check. But, man, that Secret Invasion stuff where it wasn't even really him, that kind of killed me, man. That honestly really hurt me. Happy Hogan himself. I liked him in Iron Man. I think he's a pretty fun character to be around, but I don't think he's, like, great. I think I'm going to put him at the top of okay here. He's kind of another one of these, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. agent type people where he's kind of just like a security guard, kind of just hanging out with everybody. I don't really have much to say. This is a tough one. Wait, I don't know if this also counts as Falcon. I'm going to assume, like, it's just his whole character arc. Okay, I think Sam Wilson is a great character. I don't think he's an amazing character. I don't think he's just fun. I think he's definitely better than Heimdall. And I think he's better than Miss Marvel. Is he better than Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye? He is Cap's right-hand man. Nah, I think I'm going to keep him right here. I think that's pretty fair. He's definitely a great cameo. I like when he not cameo, what am I saying? He's a great cameo in Ant-Man. I did like his introduction in Winter Soldier, on your left. And then, of course, that Endgame scene when he's back. He's kind of just trying to stay by the book, fill in that Captain America role. I didn't love him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I do think he was great, but he just wasn't, again, amazing or all-hail Feige level, that top tier. So, yeah, he's going to go right here in, that great tier. Another victim of Phase 5. They do this weird stuff with her where they turned her into the villain in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I really don't care for where that's going, quite honestly. I think she's going to go in the okay tier because it's one of these things where, we kind of have to average out these characters where I loved her in Winter Soldier, but I didn't really like her in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I kind of have to average her out. I think that she is going to go right here in between Maria Hill and Happy. Happy's always fun. He's a good time. But I do like her little moments in Winter Soldier, and I don't think Maria is, that impactful. So I think it's pretty fair to kind of squeeze her in between these characters. I know they're all kind of these grounded heroes, you could say, but yeah. Also, I know that I know that I said this video is heroes of the MCU. I know that these people don't exactly have powers, but listen, this is a tier list I found, and I think these are just the main good characters. So yeah, they're just gonna go on here. Man, a lot of you guys are sleeping on my boy Star-Lord. Star-Lord is definitely all hail Feige level. He's one of my favorite characters. I think he's a top 2 favorite character for me, but I'll give Captain America that respect. I think he has developed a little bit better just because there wasn't that much of an arc with Peter, but I just think he's a very fun, great character to be around. He's going to go in all hail Feige right here. I mean, man, Star-Lord started from nothing. They cast the guy from Parks and Rec. They give James Gunn the keys to this franchise and just said, go make this $200 million movie. And it ends up being an amazing character. It's just crazy the way that Chris Pratt kind of has this charm, but also you really feel for him. It's pretty funny how we have only one person in amazing, but don't worry, we'll get there. I know that he did have that incident thing where he hit Thanos, whatever, but it doesn't matter. I still think he's great. He fits in. All hail Feige. Great casting, great character. All right, now we've got Adult Groot. Adult Groot, I think, is a great character that's gonna go right here. I don't know, man. Adult Groot, he was only in one movie. That's the only thing that kills me. I think I'm going to put Adult Groot right here. I think that's fair. Miss Marvel hasn't really been in much. I know that technically Adult Groot's only been in one movie, but I feel like his impact, his legacy was great. I mean, the We Are Groot, that scene alone, he should be in all hell Feige. But yeah, overall, great character. Loved him in Guardians 1. I know that I'm only counting technically Guardians 1 because we have the Guardians 2/3 one right here. I don't know if baby Groot when he's just that little sprouts on this list. I haven't really taken a look. But yeah, he's going to go right here. Great character. Love Groot. I think it's just so funny because keep in mind, when they were making Guardians of the Galaxy, now that we've had all these movies, it's normal that we have a tree character that only says I am Groot. But at the time when this movie came out, how funny it probably was that there was just this character that everyone ended up loving because he just says the same phrase. So funny, man. I love his moments. He's kind of stupid, but he has that charm. So yeah, Groot's gonna go right here. Now we have baby Groot, teenage Groot. I don't love this version of Groot. I think it's a fun character, don't get me wrong. Definitely over Cosmo, definitely over Elsa, Howard. I like the Mr. Blue Sky dance. I'm kind of counting also the baby one too, but I don't think that he did that much in Guardians. I'm gonna put him right here. I think that's pretty fair. Odin didn't do so much that I'd really put him over Groot, who I think has done a good amount of stuff in the MCU as a whole. I mean, his arm is Thor's hammer, Stormbreaker. Pretty cool character. I think kind of the little funny moments, but not doing really much more than. Do I like him better than these other characters though? Nah, I'm gonna put him right here. I think he's kind of a comic relief. I don't really like Teenage Groot too. I think that was kind of stupid. Not this one that's in the picture, but also not Baby. Kind of that annoying one. But yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but yeah, gonna go right there. Rocket. Need I say more? Need I say more? Rocket, you're going right up here. Do I like you better than Star-Lord? This might be a hot take. I'm actually putting him behind Star-Lord. I just prefer Star-Lord more, but I still am appreciating, obviously, showing respect by putting him in that top tier. Rocket is a raccoon that made pretty much everyone cry in theaters over him being, like, made. Isn't it crazy how James Gunn has that ability, man, that touch, that creative spark, where he made us cry over a raccoon? It's ridiculous. Rocket's funny. Bradley Cooper is such an underrated actor. Let me say that right now. I know there's just voice acting, but even just as a whole. Also, Rocket's design looks kind of badass, honestly. And I love Rocket, man. He's so great. He's going to go right there. Again, shout out to Bradley Cooper. He does not get the respect he deserves. God, I'm stuttering. We have so many more characters, and I don't even want to look at this list, but yeah, gonna go right there under all hail Feige. Drax. Drax is kind of a weird character because I do think he's really good. I think he's fun. I just don't know if he's great. Like, I really do like his ending. I think he's going to go at the top of fun. Literally, number one in fun as of right now. He has his moments, but I feel like in Guardians, this kind of is a common complaint. He's just, like, really mean for no reason. And I know that's part of his character. Also, it kind of sucks that he never actually really gets, like, his revenge on Thanos. But also, he has a lot of really funny moments, like the Penguin moment in Guardians 3. And also, when he's, like, speaking to the kids, and Mantis is like, why didn't you say that, you didn't speak their language? And he's like, you didn't ask. He just has so many funny one-liners, who is Gamora? So funny. So, yeah, Drax is, like, a fun character, but I just don't think he's, like, great. I did love his ending, though, so, yeah. Yondu. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This is about to be a really underrated take, potentially. Yondu is an amazing character. Amazing. Yes, he's amazing. That might be a little bit crazy to say, but honestly, Guardians 2 just sits so well with me. The movie, I think, is actually the worst of the trilogy, and I still love it, though. But, man, just him being Peter's, like, father figure when no one was there to take care of him, and how he just wanted to show him tough love, and he really did care about him. The Mary Poppins moment. The ending of Guardians 2 alone literally makes him an amazing character to me. Don't get me wrong. He'll probably be a little bit more towards the bottom. One of my favorite MCU quotes is from him. The thing where, he's just like, I may not be your father, boy, but I'll always be your daddy, or whatever it is, right before he dies. And also the Ravager funeral at the end. God, it's just so heartwarming. It's amazing. He's an amazingly written character. Even though he doesn't have the most screen time, I love Yondu. So great. Shout out to Michael Rooker, dressed up in blue. See, like, this is where I start to get into, like, hot take territory. I would actually put her in great. I know that actually might be a hot wait, let me look at this really quick. This is where I start to adjust maybe a little bit. I think Heimdall is better. I think that maybe this is just like my phase 1 to 3 bias. I think that Miss Marvel goes right here. Still a great character. I actually really like Pepper Potts, though. I'm going to put her right here. Might be kind of crazy. She's another anchor for Tony, our main character. And I'm just sitting here like, we have the greatest character in the MCU, Tony Stark, or Loki, depending on, what day of the week it is practically. And his anchors, Rhodey and Pepper Potts, these are the people that held him down. This is the love of his life. How is she not a great character? She has so many powerful moments. I actually really like the moment in Iron Man 3 when she gets the powers. I think it's cool, and I feel like she just does her job. Maybe I'm overreacting a little bit, but I feel like she's not just okay or fun. I really do think she's a great character. And, whenever she's in scenes, I just really like her dialogue. And I think Gwyneth Paltrow, another underrated casting. Like, I feel like if another actress played her, I don't think it would be the same. Something about her, man. I don't know what it is. She kind of just has, like, that humble approach, and she just has, like, that mom vibe. Is that crazy to say? But, yeah, I really like Pepper Potts, man. She's a great character. I think she's really underrated. Oh, my God. Speaking of underrated characters, wow, we're, like, burning through the Guardians. For some reason, Pepper Potts was just, like, sandwiched in there, but we've got Nebula. Nebula's a great character. She's a great character. And the moment that really sold me on Nebula, I've always been, like, on and off about her. Like, oh, she's annoying. She's, like, this bad guy. The moment when she breaks down, when she realizes that Rocket's alive on the ship in Guardians 3, that just sold me, man. She's just such a broken character, and you just feel for her. I think that she's better. Listen, I feel like I'm dissing Miss Marvel here, but I just feel like she hasn't really been, like, given the opportunity to do that much. I'm sure in the future I'll move her up on this list for sure, but I think she's definitely better than Heimdall. Definitely better than Groot. This is where I guess start to get a little bit controversial. Is she better than Sam Wilson? I'm going to put her over Sam Wilson right here. I do think that she's a great character. Again, I don't care about your screen time, to an extent. If you're in the movie for 5 minutes, all right, fine. But she's been, the whole trilogy, and she's been in the Avengers movies. Awesome character, man. Shout out to, what's her name? Karen. Oh, I'm blanking on her last name for playing her, but it's funny how different she looks in real life compared to Nebula. But yeah, the prosthetics are really cool. Her design's awesome. And Nebula's character where, man, I would never ever care about her or even have known about her if I didn't know what the MCU is. But since I'm such a big fan, just love Nebula, man. How could you not? Kraglin. Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, is Kraglin. Definitely a fun character, man. I really like Kraglin. I love his kind of like small character arc that he has where he's kind of like, just trying to fit in. I think that he's going to go maybe like right under Odin right here. I mean, no, I'm going to be honest with you though. I really do like Kraglin. I think that I'm just Gunn biased. It's Sean Gunn. Sean Gunn, you're going to go right there, buddy. I think he's really funny. He has that charm. It's just, he's such like a great actor. And what's funny is he actually also does like the mocap for Rocket sometimes, which I thought is a pretty cool thing overall. But yeah, he's gonna go right here. I think that's a pretty good spot in between Rhodey, who's been around for so long, and Baby Groot, who, it's not the same Groot. If they use like two characters combined, I think I'd almost like move it up a little bit, but since they're separate, I'm gonna just leave them there. But yeah, we still have so many characters left. Guys, if you're still here, if you could drop a like on this video, that would mean the world to me. And also subscribe. I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost begging at this point because I am suffering. I've already been recording for an hour and I'm not even halfway there. Quicksilver. Okay, I have a controversial take with Quicksilver. First of all, I think that he's okay. He didn't really do that much. He's pretty cool. I actually like that he died. Also, I like him as I like Aaron Taylor Johnson as him. I think he was great. It's cool to see him. I like that he died because, first of all, I don't know if we really needed Quicksilver in the MCU, but also I think that he really helped develop Wanda and her story overall. I think that Quicksilver is going to go, I think actually right here. I think that's pretty good placement. Maria Hill, she's been in a bunch of stuff. It would be disrespectful to put his one little cameo in there, Pietro, but yeah, he's going to go right there. I think that's pretty good placement. Wanda Maximoff, man, you want to talk about a character that's been developed really well. I'm not a Wanda stan like most, but I think that, don't get me wrong, I'm putting her super high on this list. She's going to go at the top of amazing as of right now. I can put my Bucky bias aside. She's had some arc. Wait, do I like her better than... No, I'll respect her. I loved her in Multiverse of Madness. We didn't even expect... Keep in mind, this is one thing with hindsight. We did not expect her to be the villain in Multiverse of Madness. No one really knew who the villain was going to be. Then over the course of that story, as we saw her, how her loss, her grieving, just... over the loss of her kids that don't even really exist, and just all the pain she's been through with losing Pietro and, losing everybody, her parents, and the, like, war with the Stark stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Has a pretty crazy arc, especially, I really like, when we have a clear change with a character, too, like how Wanda turned from a good guy to a bad guy straight up. I like development like that, so, yeah, she's going to go at the top of Amazing Man. She's a great character. Wait, do I like Bucky? I'm going to be honest with you. Just based off personal preference, I like Bucky better, but I still love her. She's literally just one underneath, and she's in the amazing category, so don't come at me for that. Vision. Vision's a really cool character. I don't love Vision. I don't think he's amazing. I think he's gonna go towards the bottom of great. I'll show Miss Marvel some respect. I'll show Heimdall some respect. I'm gonna put him right here at the bottom. I don't really connect with Vision too much. I think Paul Bettany plays him really well with that very that monotone sense. The fact that he commits to dressing up in that reddish purple every single day they were on set. Shout out to him for that alone, man. But yeah, his sacrifice, I guess you could kind of say at the end of Infinity War, even though it ended up not working out, shows that he's heroic, and especially all of his sort of stuff with WandaVision, where he has this separate personality, and the fact that he's dead, but she's kind of conjuring him. It's sort of creepy, and yeah, Wanda's lover, man. I still think he's a great character. Don't get me wrong. I just think these other characters are a little bit better, and yeah, overall, gonna go right here, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm actually starting to go crazy. I'm zoning out and stuff. This is driving me to my limit. All right, next up we have White Vision. I don't know if this is a hot take. He's going in terrible. At the bottom of terrible. I'm just going to be honest with you. This just feels like the MCU writing themselves into a corner. I feel like they didn't even want White Vision, because now all I could think about is the fact that they introduced this new Vision who just floated away somewhere, and now it's just this loose end that I feel like they just have to tie up. Because now everyone's thinking, not that anyone really cares that much about White Vision, oh, where did he even fly off to? What's he even doing? It's just weird. It was kind of just thrown into WandaVision. I don't know if I really liked it. He was a cool character. It was cool to see Vision again, just generally, but it just, also I like that, conversation he has with Vision about the boat and how it's oh, if you rebuild the boat. But yeah, he's going to go towards the bot. I mean, no, I'll show him a little respect. I feel like he's above Her name's like Cleffa. No, that's a Pokemon. That's a Pokemon, but no, it's like I don't know what it is. But again, I said I'm not gonna look up names. White Vision's gonna go in terrible. Literally a prime example of the MCU writing themselves into a corner. We're getting into some Ant-Man characters here. The Ant-Man franchise isn't my favorite, but I do have a lot of fun with it. I feel like Scott Lang honestly would go. He's a great character. I'm not like trying to act like he's not. I think he would go right here. I actually think a character like Nebula is genuinely written better than him. I think he's fun. I really like Paul Rudd. But overall, I just think that his movies not being that good just kind of does affect my thoughts. I just feel like him not having that sacrifice, not that obviously it was like his choice, it's just the writers, plot armor. Him not dying and him beating Kang was kind of stupid. And I just feel like they turned him into almost too much of a joke, especially with Cassie just like dogging on him for talking about saving the world. When if you save the world, you should be able to brag about it a little bit. Sorry, honey. But, God, that made me sound sassy there. But again, I'm going pretty insane recording this video right now. So, yeah, he's going to go right here in great. I think that's pretty respectable. I don't think there's anything crazy with that. Hank Pym is honestly a character I have a lot of fun with. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but really love Michael Douglas, man. I think that he's going to go, like, where do I put him? Maybe, like, right here, honestly. I'm just not, like, a big Rhodey fan, especially the way they just destroyed his character. Even in Ant-Man 3, it felt like he was, like, phoning it in a little bit with his performance, but still really loved him. Thought he was great overall. I didn't really have a problem with him. Someone like Peggy, I feel like still, she's that real like emotional connection to what's his face, Steve Rogers. So I gotta give her that respect. But yeah, Hank Pym, man, he's a really fun character. Every time he's on screen, I have a great time. Michael Douglas just has like that, no disrespect, like that old man kind of charm. And I feel like we don't have too many like old guys in the MCU realistically. So yeah, he kind of like has that experience, and really like that. The Wasp. Evangeline Lilly, Lord of the Rings, woman herself. I do like her more than others do. I know a lot of people almost like hate her. I think that she's a good example of being like at the top of okay. I think that she's a perfectly fine character. She's funny. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't mean to, be too picky here. I just really don't like this haircut she has, this short haircut. I don't know, man. I don't mean to be making fun of her. I don't exactly have the best haircut in the world, but I just think it was kind of like a weird choice, in my opinion. But yeah, overall, I don't think she's like annoying or anything, but I just don't feel like she does too much. But I still do like her like relationship with Scott, and that's why I put her at the top of okay. I think she's perfectly fine character. I do enjoy when she's on screen, but she's not like fun to me. You know what I mean? It's not like wow, there's something about her that really sticks out. All these characters in fun, I feel like something about them I'm like, wow, they're actually pretty cool. Next is Luis. This is a character where obviously Wasp has had so much more screen time than him, but he's a fun character, man. He's really fun. How could I not say he's fun? I'm going to put him like maybe right here. He has those like funny retellings. I'm going to show some of these other people respect. They have a lot of time in the MCU and they are really great characters. I'm going to put him right there. He's those comical retellings. He's in 2 of the Ant-Man movies. And yeah, I'll show Howard Stark some respect. Shout out to him, man. I just feel like Luis is just funny. I wish that they bring him back. I don't know why he wasn't in Ant-Man 3. I get it. They're going all quantum, whatever, but they could have snuck him in the beginning. It wouldn't have hurt the movie, but, any more than it really was. So, yeah, he's going to go right there. Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, man. Rest in peace. Damn, actually, that's kind of disrespectful. I just dropped him on. Come on now. Just placing him there for a second. But, I don't really love the first Black Panther movie. I think he's a great character, honestly. It's just unfortunate that we didn't get to see him in Black Panther 2, but overall, man, I think he's going to go right at the top of great. He's a really good character. That scene in Infinity War where he's just like leading the army, leading everybody. Man, how does that not get you excited? And also like that kind of comeback story where he just comes back and just beats Killmonger. Really cool. He's definitely at the top of great. Love Black Panther, man. Phil Coulson is a super underrated character. I know that he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but of course I'm not taking that into account. He's going to definitely go in the top of okay. I know that you might say that's kind of crazy, like over like Wasp, but at the same time, actually no. You're going in fun, my boy. I think that you're going to go over, I'm going to put you right there. I think that's pretty fair. Mr. Fantastic, still a cool cameo, but Cosmic actually had like an arc. Coulson, you guys got to keep in mind, he was the motivation for the Avengers to get together. His death motivated the Avengers. He was in that phase 1, man. He really helped start the MCU in a way, him, obviously not like the person who plays Phil Coulson. I honestly don't know his name, but yeah, he was one of the founding members of the MCU in a weird way. Just gotta love him for that. Gotta show him that respect. He's a fun character, and his death was very meaningful. Really loved him. Spider-Man. Oof. Tom Holland Spider-Man. It's not that I don't like him. It's just that I don't know where I'm gonna place him. Not all hail Feige. Not fun. But is he really amazing? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm actually a Far From Home hater. I don't really like that movie. I'm going to put Spider-Man, because the thing is, I'm waiting for that next trilogy. I think I'm going to put him at the I'm going to put him in Amazing. No. If we get that next trilogy, he could go all the way up to All Hail Feige. But I just feel like we haven't seen Spider-Man, like, swinging through the streets of New York yet. I feel like all we've seen is him either going to Europe and fighting drones, or, in high school, which is cool to see. I did like that. That's why he's at the top of great. I do like Tom Holland Spider-Man. I don't think he deserves to be, like, amazing, though. I don't really love the way that No Way Home ended. So, yeah, he's going to go right here. I still think that's really good placement. And I'm a huge die-hard, pretty much Spider-Man fan. I like the other Spider-Man a little bit better. But, yeah, he's going to go right there. Still a great character. See, this is the type of stuff that's kind of pissing me off. For some reason, I'm forgetting this guy's name. And I know his name, but I've been recording for over an hour, and I know that the actor is Martin Freeman, but I cannot think of his name. Regardless, he's going to go, I feel like we're kind of just filling this in here. He's really fun in Black Panther. I think he's going to go right here at the top of okay. Secret Invasion, it was cool to see him for a little bit, whatever, but I actually did like him in Black Panther. I thought he was really fun in that movie, and I feel like he's just one of those connective tissue MCU type of characters where he kind of just bounces around. Why can I not think of his name? It's honestly killing me, but I don't really want to, spend too much time on it, but it's just the brain fog of recording for so long and talking for so long. So yeah, he's going to go at the top of okay. I'm okay with that. He is a fun character, but at the end of the day, I don't really love him. I didn't love how he was shoehorned, kind of like Ironheart, into Wakanda Forever. I think that was kind of stupid. So, yeah, just going to kind of go right there. Not much to say about him. Doctor Strange, man. What an amazing character. I think he's going to go right here. I think that's pretty fair. Right there. Sneak him in there. Doctor Strange, another character kind of like Tony Stark. I feel like this is such a common theme in the MCU, but it just works so well. So why not do it again in a different way? Basically, starts off cocky, ends up kind of being that anchor of the MCU. Even though Phase 4 and Phase 5 right now are currently kind of disjointed, kind of that main character, man. You got to show him that love, that respect. He's going in amazing. I really like the way he interacts with everybody and how he's kind of like quippy and all that. Benedict Cumberbatch is really cool. Love his powers, super creative and like Infinity War and stuff. Going in amazing right here. All right, so now we've got Wong. Wong is a super underrated character. He's the type of character that we need in the MCU right now. He's a connective tissue guy. He's a glue guy. You can put him in any project and it reminds you, hey, we're still in the MCU. This is a connected universe. And I mean that in the best way possible. I don't mean that in a way where it's like, oh, he's not a good character because he's just meant to show up and stuff. He's a really great character. But I just think that, like, these are the people that we need. Again, like I said, I think I'm going to put Wong here. I'm trying to think if I need to, like, adjust anything. Is Miss Marvel really better than Wong? Yeah, I think I'm going to put Wong here. I think I'm going to move Heimdall down, like, here. I think that's... I think that Vision's better than Heimdall. I think I was going a little bit crazy. I gotta readjust. We're going through 112 characters here, so yeah, this is my official new little end of great tier. Wong's a great character, man. Super underrated. Also, a little fun fact, kind of random. I forgot if it's his first or last name, but the actor, his name is also Wong. I think his name's actually Benedict Wong. I might just be making that up because I know that he's with Benedict Cumberbatch, but might just be making that up, like I said, but either his first or last name is also Wong. Just kind of throwing that in there. All right, next up we have Tilda, what's her name? Swindon? I don't really know her name, as the Ancient One. Don't really love her that much, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really think she did that much for me. I'm going to put her, like, here. I mean, she's cool. It was cool, her little cameo in Endgame. I like her speech about, like, watching the snow fall. I really like how she kind of humbled Strange at first. And she was like, no, you don't deserve to, become a sorcerer. And then, of course, over time, she kind of, like, opened up and was like, fine, I'll teach you the ways. Pretty cool. But, no, I'll put her here. I'll put her here right over Pietro. Okay, if I can move this. Still think she's a great character. Overall, I think it would be unfair to, like, put her super low. So, yeah, not really much to say about her. Really love Tilda. Great actress, even though I do not know how to say her last name. What is it? Swindon? Swilson? God, I'm going insane. I've been recording for an hour and 10 minutes. Please forgive me. But, yeah, she's going to be going right here. Mantis. Man, she's a super fun character, man. She's going to go in fun for sure. Do I like her? You know what? This actually might sound a little bit crazy. I think that as of right now, she's the most fun character. Yes, I said that. She's the most fun character. I know I have a lot of fun people in here, but just keep in mind, there's a lot of fun MCU characters. Sorry, maybe I should have named this something else that I like balance people out better, but regardless, I feel like that just fits her. Mantis is such a great character. I love Palm, another actress where I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. It's like Clef. I don't know. She was in Mission Impossible, but she's funny because of that. And over time, she learns and she really becomes a part of the gang. She's the one that puts Thanos to sleep, man. She's such a great character. And I really like that I actually have them next to each other because, they're like that pair. Not Wong. Jesus, what am I saying? Drax and Mantis. You guys are legitimately watching myself spiral into insanity right now. All right, next up we have Ned. Ned's a fun character. I like his joke about, how do I say this, pornography in Spider-Man Homecoming. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's a nice little, side character for Spider-Man. I like when he drops the Lego Death Star. Is it the Death Star? I forgot. That's so funny to me as a fan of Lego. Just a cool little character. I think I'm going to put him behind these two. I really like them in that special, man. Man-Thing and Jack Russell. I feel like I'm always pairing people, but it's just easier to think that way, honestly. Like how I have Drax and Mantis next to each other, but, whatever. Ned's going to go right here. Showing him some respect. Really fun character, but, yeah, not really doing, a ton for me. All right, next up we have MJ. This might be a hot take, but out of the 3 Spider-Man love interests, so we're talking Kirsten Stewart. Is it Kristen Stewart or Kirsten? I don't know. I'm literally going crazy right now. Sorry, I know I keep saying that. Emma Stone and Zendaya. I'm going to be honest with you. I think she's the worst love interest out of the 3. I don't really care for her that much. I think she's going to go right here. I know that might be a little bit wild. Just don't think they developed her properly. You know what's funny? My favorite scene with her doesn't even really involve her. It's when Andrew saves her in No Way Home because he gets that redemption from Gwen Stacy with, Emma Stone's character. So that kind of tells you something. I do think it was really heartfelt though at the end of No Way Home when Tom goes to see her and she just doesn't know who he is. That really put on my heartstrings. That's why I'm not putting her lower. So yeah, gonna go right there. I feel like I have so many female characters down here and a lot more male characters up here, but don't get me wrong. I'm looking at some of the characters down here. Trust me, that's gonna change in a minute. But as of right now, I look like a terrible person. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not changing because Valkyrie is a character that honestly has aged really poorly for me. I don't know what it is. Something about Tessa Thompson, I don't mean to be a mean person on a personal level. I'm sure she's a great person, but I just don't really love her as an actress, and I just don't really love Valkyrie. I think she's an character. I love her in Ragnarok, but I feel like ever since Ragnarok, it's just been downhill, man. I don't know. Ever since she kind of became the mayor or whatever, she's kind of just been there. I'm going to put her at the top of I think that's pretty fair. Another character that unfortunately has completely fallen from grace is Nick Fury. I mean, wow, I thought Secret was bad enough, but the fact that he's just making jokes as if Secret Invasion didn't even happen. It's literally like he's under a hypnosis or something. I don't know what they're doing with Nick Fury. He started off so amazing. I'm talking amazing. I don't know if he was ever really at the top, to be fair, but still, amazing character. Then, Secret Invasion, he was a terrible or character. The Marvels, kind of that same thing. Nick Fury, I feel like he's been just demoted to fun. I know. It's a shame because I really love him. I love Samuel L. Jackson. He's so funny. He's got the eye patch. He's a badass. I even liked him in Captain Marvel, a movie that I feel like is a little bit underrated, like the first Captain Marvel. I'm going to put him maybe right above Peggy Carter right here. I think that's pretty fair. I know a lot of people will put him up here, but man, they just assassinated my boy Nick Fury over the course of the past couple projects. It's really a shame. Korg. Okay, wow. We're on a speed run right now of characters that have fallen from grace. Taika Waititi has been getting so much hate recently because I feel like he's just become more and more pretentious. Korg is just an character to me. I thought he was funny at first, but then Love and Thunder hit, and then all this stuff with Taika, I know it's a little bit biased because it's not really his character, but it just kind of pisses me off now whenever I think about Korg. He's kind of just annoying to me. I feel like Korg is going to go maybe right here in between Valkyrie and Sif. He's okay. He has his moments, but I don't know. I still do like Valkyrie. I think she's okay. But yeah, Korg's going to go right here. I do like him in Ragnarok, and then I feel like he just went a little bit downhill from there. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot this next character's name from Black Panther. I know that the actress is Lupita. Oh, I forgot her last name. I'm sorry. Again, I've been recording for so long. I think she's a really great character. I think that she's going to go... Well, all right, I dragged that a little bit. I don't know if she's a really great character. I feel like she has developed pretty well. She just doesn't have that much screen time. That's the only thing. And she becomes like, what is it, like the Midnight Angels? I'm going to put her maybe right here. I think there's a nice spot for her. Right here, she's a perfectly fine character. Again, I really like when she's on screen. Actually, do I like Wasp better? No, I think I like her better. She's very charming. She's funny at times. I liked her kind of cameo appearance in Wakanda Forever. And, she has that connection with everyone in Wakanda, and I feel like she's one of those main characters. So, again, I'm blanking on her name. I don't know why. I'm going to see her name and be like, dude, what was I thinking? But, yeah, overall, still a pretty good character. All right, next up, we've got Okoye. Man, she's a great Black Panther character. I don't know if she's actually in great, realistically. They're going to put her in fun, like right here above Hank Pym. Honestly, well, wait. Let me adjust this a little bit. Rhodey, you deserve to go above Hank Pym. Sorry. Kind of making some, halftime adjustments here. But, yeah, she's a great character. I love her look, and she, just dedicates her life. She is so loyal to Wakanda, and I think that's so great, especially when, Wakanda kind of turns their back on her. It's pretty, it's like a jarring moment. It's like, whoa, what? We're doing that now? And, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense in the context of, what's going on, but still, great character, super fun to be around. She has that charm, she has that smile, really like her. Definitely going to go there. I liked her cameo in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was pretty cool. Shuri's a bit of a weird one, but I'm trying to think of where to put her. No, honestly, I really liked her. I think that Shuri's a great character. I think she's going to go right here, right behind Sam Wilson. I think that the direction they took, obviously, they were dealt a terrible hand. Shuri is a great character, man. She shows her development over the course of Wakanda Forever, and man, that reveal towards the end. And of course, she used to be kind of like that little girl who just deals with technology in Black Panther 1, but then, she develops in Infinity War, and she's helping them basically try to defeat Thanos. Then she's in Wakanda Forever, kind of taking that lead role. Even though, there was a couple of leads in that movie. I think she's a great character. Can't wait to see her as Black Panther in the next couple of movies or whatever, if we ever see her at this rate, because it feels like we're literally getting no movies. But yeah, it's just gonna go right here in the middle of great. All right, next up we've got M'Baku. He is gonna go in fun, super fun character. I think he's gonna go above Odin. I prefer him. I like him over Baby Groot. Do I really like him over Kraglin? Yeah, I like M'Baku over Kraglin. Actually, no. I think he's going to go right there in fun. I know I have a lot of fun characters. I'm going to be filling in some of these amazing characters in a minute because, I feel like we're getting some really, banger characters here. But, yeah, he is definitely, who am I on again? Oh, yeah, M'Baku. Super fun. Yeah, just has that charm, has that energy. I love his, chest piece and how kind of, powerful, yeah, pretty great character. I think he's really fun to be around. That's why he's in this category. Wow, next up, we've got Angela Bassett. Is that how you say her last name, right? I mean, she's an award winner. She's amazing. She is queen. I want to say it's Ramondra. I just don't know. Man, I'm blanking right now. But I think that she is a fun character. She's the leader of Wakanda, of course. At a certain point, she's kind of, that ancestor. She's that main, person with experience. She's one of those older people. I think that she's going to go. I mean, her death is very powerful. So is Odin's, though. And they're kind of both those, the king and queen. Which one do I like better? I think I'm going to put her in front. I think that she's better. Actually, no, she's better than Baby Groot, for sure. I just have a little bit more fun with M'Baku, if I'm going to be real. But, yeah, her death, I think, is very meaningful. They really led up to it nicely with Namor and all that. And, yeah, I like that, headpiece she has on. And I think that, her being kind of, that motherly person in Wakanda is very important for them, especially, when they're at the time grieving and all that. So, yeah. Next up, we got Jimmy Woo, Jim from The Office. I think he's oh, look, he's next to Jim from The Office. I do like seeing him, honestly, more than that one time John Krasinski. I'm going to put him, where am I going to put him? Honestly, hot take. I think he's funnier than Luis. I'm going to put him there. I think he's funnier than Ned. I think I like him better than these two. I'm going to put him right here. Again, I know I'm putting a lot of characters in this fun tier, but everything will even out. Don't worry. By the time we get to the end of this, Jimmy Woo's funny. He's got the card trick, snaps it that he learns from Scott or whatever. Super cool. I love his cameos. I think he's great in WandaVision. It's kind of like that, that sneaky guy who's kind of trying to figure out what's going on. Love seeing him. He's kind of one of those Wong type of characters where he's like that MCU connective tissue. You can kind of throw him in whatever film or show you want, and it just reminds you this is a connected universe. And I think he really is a great actor too, kind of underrated. Not that he has super emotional scenes or anything, but he just has this really nice charisma and charm to him. Really like him, man. He's gonna go right there. Captain Marvel, man. This is one that a lot of people are controversial about, and I think I have sort of an underrated take about Captain Marvel. I think that she's a great character. A lot of people don't like her. They think she's not fleshed out that well. I think that she's a really great character. I'm going to be honest with you, though. She is going to be towards the bottom because I do think she has some flaws. I don't really love how they did her in the first movie and the second movie, but I really like her in Endgame. And just overall, I think Brie Larson is pretty fun as this role. I think that she was cast really well. And I know people have their problems with her. I don't have any problem with her. I think she's great. I really love Captain Marvel. She's a great character going towards the bottom of the great tier. Next up, we have Skrullos. Wait, is this his name? Skrullos? What's his name? Ben Kingsley plays him. Oh, no, Talos. Skrullos is the place they are from. Wow, I am going crazy. He's going to go in the tier right above Korg because I did have a little bit of attachment to him. But honestly, right below Valkyrie. Just didn't really care for him. Can I just be real? Didn't really love him in Captain Marvel. Then, as we moved into Secret Invasion, which in my opinion is a terrible project, super hard to connect with him and just... Man, I just didn't really care that much. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Also, by the way, Gaia, who was Emilia Clarke in this, she's not on here, but honestly, she would go on Come On Now. I think she was absolutely terrible. She's overpowered now for no reason, and Marvel, again, wrote themselves into a corner. Yeah, nothing really crazy about Talos. He's just, I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't really love him that much. Maria Rambeau. Oh, this is another character that it's just unfortunate because we just didn't really spend that much time with her. It looks like we might end up spending some time with her because she was in the post-credit scene of the Marvels. But at the end of the day, I think she's... I'm going to put her right here. And it's like not really because I dislike her. It's just because she just does nothing for me. It's not like she really does that much. I mean, she's friends with Captain Marvel in a movie which isn't necessarily that good. And, I mean, what do you really want me to say about that at the end of the day? There isn't, I'm not going to really sit here and, like, rant about her. There's just, again, isn't really that much to say about her. Going towards the bottom of I honestly might like dislike some characters and have more flaws about characters above her, but she just doesn't really do anything, if that makes sense, so she's going to go right here. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not like Hulk. Ever since, I guess you could say I was a kid, I was younger, nothing about Hulk impressed me. He's just a guy where his powers are just that he's strong. And not just that. I just don't think he's that great of a character. Early on in the Avengers, I think he was a maybe low-tier great character to top-tier fun character, but over time, they have completely assassinated my boy, Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo / Edward Norton. By the way, hot take, I actually think Edward Norton was a much better Hulk than Mark Ruffalo. Love Mark Ruffalo, though, but I'm just saying I think he looked better as Hulk, just look-wise. I'm going to put him in okay. I know that might sound crazy, but man, all this Professor Hulk stuff, I just do not care for. Gonna put him, I mean, I don't really care for Hulk, but at the same time, it still is Hulk. Like, I'm gonna show him respect. I'll show him respect. I'll put him at the top of okay. Just doesn't really do anything for me. I'm sorry, man. I just don't connect to Hulk. I don't think his powers are that cool. And especially with She-Hulk and stuff, they just killed him. Like, I don't care that he's a son now. Just kind of overrated in my opinion, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Monica Rambeau, she's a weird one because I thought she was like okay in Captain Marvel. I thought she was okay in WandaVision. Pretty cool to see, whatever, as that little side character. But in the Marvels, she's kind of annoying to me because she's like mad at Captain Marvel just because Captain Marvel she met like for like 2 weekends. Then Captain Marvel told her, hey, I'm going to come back and I'll see you soon, something like that. Or like, I'll be back. Then she never came back and she's like mad at her for that. Like, bro, you were a kid, and you're holding that grudge against her while she's trying to save the universe, and you just knew her for, like, 2 weeks or whatever? Come on, bro. She's an character for me. I mean, I think Valkyrie's better than her. I actually like Talos better than her. Or is it Skrullos? No, Talos, but I think Korg's a little bit annoying to me. I'm going to put her right here. She's just like an character. Doesn't really do anything for me. Guys, this might just be me being hateful, but I'm going to be honest with you. These two kids are kind of annoying to me. I'm sorry. Is that wrong to say? Billy, and I don't even know the other kid's name. I'm just going to put them both there. They're kind of just annoying. I like the concept, the idea of Wanda having kids and her missing her kids, but the actual kids, I'm like, they're a little bit annoying. And it's no disrespect to the actors. I don't want to sound like a mean person. I'm just saying, man, that ice cream song in Multiverse of Madness, it's just like, oh, and even just them in WandaVision, I just wasn't really in love with. They're going in terrible. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like they just take away from scenes. And again, I bet they're great kid actors. They really are. They did their job. They did what the script told them to do. But I just don't like them, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really love them. So, all right. So next up, we've got Torres from Falcon the Winter Soldier. I mean, man, this is one of these characters where I literally have like the least to say about him. I don't even want to put him in okay because he really didn't do anything for me. I think I'm going to put him like I want to say here. I'll give Sif some respect. I mean, she's been in the MCU for a while. I'm going to put him here. I mean, we just haven't really seen him yet, so it's unfair to say that. Maybe once Captain America 4 comes out, I'll be able to show him some more respect and put him maybe in like the okay or the fun. But again, we haven't really seen that much from him. What am I going to talk about with him? You know, I like the actor. He seems pretty cool, and I'm excited to see him as Falcon, though. But yeah, I don't know. Not that much to say about him as of right now. All right, next up, we have Battlestar, the guy from Falcon and the Winter Soldier who literally just died. Like, literally all he did was be friends with John Walker for a couple of minutes and then die. He's obviously not terrible. You could technically... Oh, actually, these two characters are pretty much people that were on screen for 5 minutes, and they both died. I think that it was a little bit more sad when he died, and it actually made John Walker be pushed to have that beheading scene, which is pretty nuts. I'm going to put him like... Nah, honestly, that would be disrespectful, because we might actually see Maria Rambeau, so I'm going to put him right here. Doesn't really do much. This is one of the characters I want to spend less time on. Sylvie, man, this is tough. She's a really great character, but where do I put her? I think she's better than these 4 immediately, or these 3. Wow, I cannot count. I think she's better than Wong. Miss Marvel, oh, she's really fun. She's kind of like not fun technically, but she's more serious, but she's like a better written character. I'm going to put her over her. Also, Pepper Potts, going to put her over her. Going to put her over Groot. Do I like her better than Shuri? For now, I'll leave her here, but let me just talk about her. I really like Sophia Martintano. Is that her name? God, I'm sorry, man. Losing my mind with these names. It's so hard to keep track of all these actors' names. But yeah, overall, I mean, all I've got to say is, man, she has had some journey. She's really fun to be around. She's so unpredictable with her actions, and that's what makes her really exciting, and I really like about her. And her relationship with Loki is really great. Their journey together, so fun. It's going to go here. I think that, you know, Shuri has that emotional connection, especially in Wakanda Forever, so I'm going to leave Sylvie here for now. I might readjust this stuff later, but yeah, for now, I think I'm going to put it right there. Mobius, man, this is another character. Gonna put him, I think, in front of Sylvie right here. The only reason I put him in front of Sylvie is because I feel like we spent more time with him in Loki Season 2 versus her, and I feel like the journey was more about him. Owen Wilson, I love the guy. I think he sold it. It wasn't like he just phoned in this performance. He was really there. It looked like he was having such a great time on the set. And overall, I think he's a great character, man. He deserves to be right here. His connection with Loki, such a great friendship. One of the best friendships, I'd say, in the MCU. B-15, I think that she's an okay character. I feel like she has a set of morals, but I feel like she could be a little bit, like, preachy at times, where, like, she's giving these, like, weird monologues. But I do like her. I'm actually going to put her here at the top of okay. And honestly, that's like a pretty good placement. I don't want to make it like that's a terrible placement by any means. I'm putting her over Hulk, for God's sakes. I just don't like Hulk. I'm sorry. B-15, though, have a lot of fun with her. I think she's pretty charming. She's, you know, in this whole, she's a part of this journey. She's one of Loki's, you know, friend group. They got that little, you know, Avengers of their own there with, you know, everybody there. So, you know, with Casey, this, that. So, yeah, she's going to go right there in the top of okay. All right, next we have Glorious Purpose Loki. This is one that, honestly, I don't really have that much to say about. He has like one cool scene. I mean, he doesn't die immediately. Wow, look, 3 characters that die immediately. Honestly, that one moment he had alone, though, at the end of the day, is much cooler than anything she's ever done. Much cooler than anything she's ever done. Much cooler than anything Torres has ever done, realistically. Sif hasn't done that much. And I'll give Korg some respect. I mean, he's like at least been a part of the journey. He's kind of funny. But realistically, I'm looking at these other characters, and I just don't feel like they've really done that much at the end of the day. So, yeah. Kid Loki. I mean, wow. I have literally nothing to say about him. At the end of the day, in reality, hold on. Let me adjust this. It was cool to see her cameo. And Kid Loki's going to go right here at the bottom of I have like literally nothing to say about him. I bet he's a great kid actor. I actually really like his outfit, but did he really do anything? No, because there's like 40 different Loki variants. I actually don't even really know why he's on this list. That's a bit odd. So yeah, he's going to go right here in All right, next up we've got Alligator Loki. He's going to go like right above Kid Loki. They're kind of in the same boat, but at the end of the day, I think it was a little bit more creative and cool to see an alligator as Loki, just showing how off the wall they can go with this show. And I think his death was a little impactful, even though he did nothing. So, yeah, they probably had the same amount of screen time, but whatever. Alligator Loki's going to go right there. Next up, we've got Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. Man, she's a great character. I think she's going to go in amazing. Hold on, let me readjust this. I think I was being unfair to Spider-Man. I'm going to put Spider-Man right here. He is an amazing character. I was honestly being a little bit disrespectful. She's going to go right here. I really do believe she's an amazing character. She's had some arc. She's always been there with her team. Her sacrifice was great. And yeah, man, I actually really, listen, I'm one of like the only people that actually liked the Black Widow movie. I don't think it's amazing, it's incredible, but I really did like it. So that's why I'm putting her like right here. Yelena, man, what a great character. She was such a fun addition to the MCU. She's probably going to go somewhere on this great tier. I'm trying to figure out, like every time she's on screen, it's just so much fun. I think I'm going to put her right here, right above Groot, and then right behind Sil. Actually, honestly, I have a lot more fun with her, though. I don't know if that's a little bit biased. I'm going to put her right there. I think that's pretty fair. Yeah, Florence Pugh. I feel like this is kind of what introduced me to her. I didn't really see, like, Midsommar or whatever, but, really liked her in this, man. I think that she was such a great casting. Like, her dynamic with the family and her role in Black Widow was so cool to see. I really liked her in Hawkeye as well, especially like with Kate Bishop. They're kind of like that same age range, so it was cool to see them interacting as people within that same field, you could say, kind of like those grounded heroes. Cannot wait to see what they do with her in the Thunderbolts. I know I just stuttered there, sorry about that, but yeah, I think that she's a great character, super fun, and like a great addition from Phase 4. Which was filled with a lot of misses from some of the characters down here. So, yeah, she was definitely a highlight. All right, next we have Rachel, I want to say Weisz as Black Widow's mom. Is that her name? I don't know. I think that she, she's a cool character. I think she'll go right maybe like here. Is that okay? Didn't do much for me. I don't think she did much for anybody. But, again, she's a part of that family. She's fun. I don't really have, like, nostalgia for her, for the actress, because I know a lot of people like love her. I know that she was in like The Mummy and stuff like that, but yeah, I think this is a pretty good placement just in between two other women that were also, kind of limited with like their screen time. So Maria Hill was probably a little bit more, but yeah, just kind of liked her character. Not really too much to say about her. David Harbour's Red Guardian, man, he was a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna put him here, and I'm gonna move Wasp down 2. I think that's pretty fair. Yeah, I think Red Guardian, man, he had like that accent, and his scene in jail is so funny, like the whole jailbreak scene. Cannot wait to see him in Thunderbolts. I love him from Stranger Things too. So David Harbour, got that dad vibe, he's trying to keep the family together or whatever, and you could just tell he actually cares about his kids, even if he's the one that kind of screwed them over and like basically sold them into slavery, which is kind of crazy to say. But yeah, he's going to go in the okay tier. I think he's like, he's pretty fun, whatever. Actually, no, you know what? No, I don't know what I'm doing here. He's definitely a fun character. I think he's going to go here. I think that's fair. I think he's going to... I don't know why I put him so low, actually. Hold on. He's going to go right here, right above Ned. I think that's pretty fair. That's a good part. Guys, as you could tell, I actually added a new category. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of like skimmed over What If. Barely watched the show, so unfortunately I'm gonna be putting something under here. I watched like the Captain Carter episode, and I just didn't really care about the show that much. I'm sorry, guys. I know that a lot of people like it, but I just wasn't a big fan. Shang-Chi, instantly a great character, but where is he gonna go? I think I liked him better than Shuri, and honestly I really like Simu Liu, I forgot how to say his last name. No, I'm pretty sure it's Lee. I'm going to put him right here. Actually, no. I'll show Sam Wilson some respect. I think I'm going to fit him in right there. One of the great additions of Phase 4. God, he's going to be such a great Avenger. So unique, like seeing like, martial artist basically in the MCU. His fight scenes were off the charts. Obviously, towards the end, you kind of get like that CGI type of stuff with him, but I really felt his like emotional connection to like his father, and you see his origin about how, his mother was killed. I think he had a great origin story. I think this movie's going to age really well. A couple years down the line, we're going to look back and say, damn, you know what? Shang-Chi was actually a really good movie. Thor, wow. Thor's a tough one because he's like one of those top tier characters. I mean, Phase 1, he's like that main top 3 of, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man. He's like that main top 3, like I just said. So he's a really great character, but at the same time, man, he's been killed as of recently. In Thor 4, I think he's going to go in amazing. I know that he's gone through a lot of loss. That's the only thing, but no, he's had a lot of cool moments, though. I'm going to put him, like, right here. I know that having Yondu here might really throw some people off, but I just love Yondu. Sorry, I don't just take screen time into account. I take their impact into account. So, maybe just ignore him if, you don't really like that ranking. But, yeah, I'm going to put him right here. Yondu, my boy, shout out to him. Thor's going to go right here. He's dealt with a lot of loss, dealt with all the Loki stuff. His character arc is really great, but Love and Thunder, man, it feels like he's on a pretty bad track right now. All right, next we have Shang-Chi's sister, which quite honestly, I forgot the name of. Man, this is a character I do not remember that much about. It's pretty cool that she, like, ran the underground stuff, and since she's in a movie, I'm going to give her some respect. But I think I'm going to put her, like, I think she's better than Korg. I'm gonna put her like here. Nah, actually, no. Let me be respectful. Actually, I really like that movie. I'm gonna put her like here. I think she's a pretty good character. Didn't really offend me. Didn't really, do anything crazy. But at the same time, I think it's a good placement for her. Next up, we have Katie, played by Awkwafina. Honestly, I know that this is such a hated character, but I actually kind of liked her. I think Awkwafina is funny. Kill me for saying that. Sorry. I think, my microphone's in the shot here for the first time this whole video. I think Awkwafina is actually pretty funny. I'm gonna put her in like the okay category. I'm going to put her obviously a little bit more towards the bottom, but she kind of has that relationship with Shang-Chi. Thought she was charming enough. Going to put her like here. I don't think she was like terrible. Some people will put her like over here. She's really not that bad, guys. You guys are crazy. Trevor Slattery, I actually really like him. Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. This is Ben Kingsley. Ben Mendelsohn plays Talos. I mixed those two up because they're both named Ben. This is Ben Kingsley. Or am I mixing up? No. This is Ben Kingsley. Yes, sorry, guys. I know that I'm probably ranting way too long about these characters. Going to try to burn through these last ones. I actually like him. I really do. I think he's a fun character. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think he's fun, man. I really like when he's, in stuff. I'm going to put him right at the bottom of fun. I don't think he does anything crazy. When he's with Morris and Shang-Chi, I think it's pretty funny. And also, I do like his Iron Man 3, like a little appearance thing. I did like the Mandarin twist, kind of. I didn't love it. I get, like, the hate. But I don't think it was that bad. I think people really just drag it. So, yeah, he's going to go right there. Okay, guys, I know I said I would talk about every single character, but I've been recording for an hour and 45 minutes, so please just respect me and let me just burn through the Eternals, because I did not even like this movie. So, first up, we have Cersei. She's a perfectly okay character. I think maybe she'll go, like, here. Yeah, this is fine. I kind of liked her. And actually, no, I just said that and then I'm like dragging her. I like Gemma Chan as, Cersei. She was okay. Didn't really offend me too much. Angelina Jolie's character. I mean, I don't know her name. I'm going to be honest with you. She's going to go like maybe a little bit behind her. I actually thought Katie was funny. I liked Captain Carter's appearance. Respect Professor X. She's going to go at the end of okay. Next up, we're burning through them, guys. We're going here. Ajax. For some reason, they decided to kill her in the beginning of the movie, then show her after for God knows what reason. Really love the actress whose name I am completely blanking on right now, but she did literally nothing for me. I think, in a way, almost she was a pretty bad character. I'm going to put her like maybe behind Sif, like here, because at least he had a cool moment. She didn't really do much. Next up, we've got man, I don't even remember this guy's name. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I know the actor. He's in a lot of stuff. He's really funny. As you guys can see, my mental health is deteriorating over the course of this video. I think he's better than Battlestar. I think, yeah, I'll put him like here. Oh, his name's Kingo. That's his name, Kingo. I'm going to put him here. I'm kind of just spitballing with these. I'm going to put him right here. He's pretty funny. He had like the little pistol blasters from his fingertips. That was pretty funny. Sprite. Sprite is the worst character in the MCU. The worst character pretty easily. She's a terrible person. She betrays her friends, then by the end of the movie, gets what she wants. She is annoying. She's mad because she's stuck in a child's body. I literally hate Sprite. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen the Eternals one time. It came out, and I haven't rewatched it because I was just so annoyed at this movie. And especially now that I've been recording for like 2 hours, I'm even more annoyed because I am just tired of talking. My mouth's so goddamn dry. She's the worst character in the MCU. Gonna be honest with you, I hate Sprite. Next up, we have Phastos. All I remember about him is that, one, he kissed another man in this because he's like one of the gay characters, and for some reason, everyone had a problem with that. I have no idea why. Really stupid. And he caused Hiroshima, which is kind of random, and I really didn't like that they put that in there. He's another character. Gonna be honest with you. I thought he's kind of funny because I do like the actor. He's one of the guys in what's it called? Bullet Train. Really did like him. I think he's better than like Ajax, maybe by a little bit. Next up's the Speedster, who is mute, I believe, or deaf. I honestly forgot because I have not seen this movie in a while. She's gonna go like behind Kingo, I guess. Next up, we have Barry Keegan. What's his name? Kennigan, whatever. I forgot. I'm melting here, and I'm watching the characters slowly go down because I'm so excited to finish this video. I have never wanted to stop recording so bad in my life. He's also going to go in Really do not like him that much. I like the actor, don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of throwing him in here somewhere. I think he's better than Ajax, but I don't think he's better than Fastos. I actually kind of like him. The actor's pretty funny. Gilgamesh, who's I know his name because I read the story in one of my classes. Kind of liked him. He was actually kind of charming. I'll give him some respect. I'll put him like here. He was decent. I like how I put him on Harry Styles. This is going to go right here. Gonna be honest with you, after all that don't worry darling stuff, I honestly do dislike Harry Styles as a person. Not in like a Taylor Swift way, like, oh, he makes bad music. I really like his music. Just don't think he's a great person, and honestly, I would be more than happy if we never have to see him again. I think this was something that they set up that they're definitely going to regret because I don't think he's actually a good actor. I don't think he was that well of an actor in Dunkirk also, and I feel like he should just stick to music. I honestly don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, this is just not a great character. Not excited to see him. Okay, we're down to like 8 characters. I'm going to try to burn through these. First up, we have Jane. I really like Jane. I'm going to be honest with you. I think she's fun. I really like Natalie Portman. I think I'm going to put her in, maybe I'm going to say like a little bit above some of these other. I mean, man, she's been in the MCU for a while. I'm going to put her like here. I like Kraglin a little bit better. I'm going to put her right here. I think that she's a really great character. I actually like her love with Thor. And I'm going to be honest with you. Hot take, I actually liked her in Love and Thunder. So, yeah, she's going to go right here. Didn't think she was that bad of a character by any means. Okay, this one, I actually think I might be jumping the gun a little bit. But Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, Mrs. Hawkeye there. I think she's a great character. I really loved Hawkeye. Wow, there are so many characters on this list. I really loved Hawkeye. I thought she was great in it. For now, out of respect for some of these like legacy characters who have been in here a little bit more, even Miss Marvel, she like is in a movie. I'm gonna put her right at the bottom of great, but I really enjoyed her and I cannot wait to see her in like her next film, whatever that is. I guess we're including the GOATs here, but unfortunately, I'm only gonna include them as like cameos. Andrew Garfield as a cameo. I think that this was so fun, man. Like, obviously, in real life, this would go all the way up here. But as a cameo, even though it was, like, the best possible cameo, I want to be respectful to the other characters that have, obviously been in the MCU longer. Gonna put him, like, here, maybe? Is that fair to say? Here? And then Toby, I'm going to put right behind him. Toby's my favorite Spider-Man, but I'll give Andrew the win this time. I think that he was better in this. I think that he had more energy, and you can't blame Toby, man. The guy's a little bit older. He doesn't have that same energy. But Andrew really seemed like he wanted to be there. Also, it's unfair because his entrance was much better than Toby's. And also, Andrew at the moment, like I mentioned earlier in this video, if you're still watching for some reason, where he saves Gwen. So yeah, he's going to go right here. All right, so Daredevil, honestly, he's going to go at the top of terrible. Obviously, Daredevil is such a great character. I respect his own show, but I'm talking strictly MCU. I wish they just waited till Daredevil Born Again to introduce him. Maybe if he had just his cameo in No Way Home, I'd put him in like or okay. But guys, honestly, they shouldn't have put him in She-Hulk, man. I don't like this suit at all. He just felt like comical and like he was like CGI, like doing flips and shit. It was honestly kind of stupid. Wow, that's a rare Ty Reviews curse. That's how you know I'm tired. All right, Moon Knight. I thought that Moon Knight was definitely a very fun character. I thought he was really fun. Honestly, towards the end, I started to get a little bit like, actually, no. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think that he's a great character. I think that he's like right here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry, guys. But I loved the switch personality stuff. Oscar Isaac was going crazy with his acting in this. I'm honestly surprised how hard it felt like he was trying. I love the story that he was dealing with here. And I love his like connection with like, the other characters in this show and like the kind of Egyptian lore that we were diving into here. I mean, Stephen Grant, Mark Spector. Also, we've got Jake in there, really cool. And obviously, his relationship with Khonshu was super creepy. Such a cool character. I really enjoyed him. Our final two. The Scarlet Scarab. Oh, I forgot her name. I think her name's Layla. Oh, Layla. Honestly, I thought she was like a perfectly okay character. And I mean that in a good way. I would actually put her like at the top. I don't know if that's just like because I'm kind of losing my mind and I don't want to like try to figure out where she'd really go. I hope all these are right at this point because, I mean, maybe some of these are completely wrong, but regardless, I thought she was really fun in Moon Knight. I really liked her as a side character. But actually, let me just move B-15 behind Hulk. I'll be respectful. I feel like that's kind of crazy to have him there. But yeah, overall, that's where she's going to go. And guys, our last character, I have been recording. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys after I make my last move here. America Chavez. America Chavez is a super fun character. Where's she going to go in here? She's not more, I think she's going to go right here. This is nice, right behind the Andrew and Toby Spider-Man, because that was so amazing. She's only been in one movie. I'm excited to see her in the future, but also some of these other characters I'm not like crazy about. So yeah, guys, taking one last look. I've been recording for an hour and 55 minutes straight with no break, literally going insane. So yeah, here's the final tier list. As you guys can see, I'll give you one good look. Honestly, I'm not going to make adjustments. I'm too lazy. I hope you guys can respect that, but yeah, as you can see, here's our final tier list. Guys, if you enjoyed my dedication to this, like I said, I've been recording literally for 2 hours straight. I'm hot as hell. I'm tired as hell. I'm thirsty as hell. It would really mean the world to me if you could drop a like or subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel, man. I really hope a lot of people see this video because I put a lot of time into it, and especially editing, this is going to be a nightmare. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.